Hello.
And we're back.
What's up, y'all?
What's up? My name's Osagi.
And my name is Chris.
And this is Prophetic Foolishness. Woo! It smells good in here. Did you just light the incense?
Hey, I just opened the door where the incense was hiding.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Man, we are back, y'all. Y'all know what it is, man. Prophetic Foolishness coming with another delicious dish of discussion.
Another delicious dish of discussion.
We are the People's Podcast.
We are the People's Podcast, and we vow, say I do.
I do.
We vow to bring y'all what the people want.
The people want, man. We keep our ear to the streets. We are the People's Podcast. We're going to keep talking about what you guys want to hear, man. And so for today, we got something great for you. But if this is your first time to listening to Prophetic Foolishness, this is who we are. We are Prophetic Foolishness.
That's us.
And this is a place where we talk about uncommon topics that might engage with a common person and give them a space to challenge the societal norms. That's who we are. So we're going to give perspectives. We're going to give opinions. We're not saying everything we say is right. You know, we hope, we might say something that might offend you slightly, something that might hit a chord. Keep rocking with us. You know what I'm saying? Because we're really just here to challenge the norm and give different perspectives. Okay? If you're in your car right now, say okay. Okay. All right, cool.
Didn't hear you. Wait, hold on. Say one more time.
If you're
say
in your car now, I know you think you're too cool.
Yeah.
If you got your AirPods in on your commute, if you're cool with that, say okay.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not watching you, Santa is. But cool, man. We're back in this thing, man. So today's topic, man, I'm passionate about this. And I'll tell you why. So we live in a very, we are the Western society, and for a lot of the things that we do, we feel like we have it figured out. We feel like we have it right. And
kind of in the West, we act like we've been here for 10,000 years.
Exactly.
It's only been a couple hundred.
Couple hundred years, you know what I'm saying? So we feel like, everything we do is right. Every trend or whatever we see is like the norm is right. And so I feel like we have a very cool lens that we're able to kind of analyze and look through two different lenses, is because you have a Caribbean background. That's where your family's from. My family's from Nigeria. So everything that we do in the West, you're able to look at it through like a different lens. It's not like your whole reality.
Exactly.
Right? So today's topic, we are asking, are arranged marriages bad? Now.
Even when Osagi just said that, some people were just like in their head, I would never.
That's exactly what people go through. People feel in the West are so anti-arranged marriages. Understandably so. Look at our movies that we see. It's Prince Charming who goes and finds, his princess on a rock, and they love keeps them together, and they run away and get married.
Exactly. Or like two high school sweethearts who make it through the perils of awkward teenage years and end up finding each other again later on in true love's first best form.
Exactly. So that is what has been fed to us on. That is how you're supposed to find your significant other. It has to be whimsical. You have to have the spark and the feeling. And I'm here to tell you today, Christopher, that I don't believe in it. I am pro arranged marriages.
Wow.
Now hear me. I will go ahead and give the preface because I know this is what everyone wants to hear.
Okay.
Me and my wife were not arranged.
Oh.
At least on earth, amen.
Hey.
But I think that we in the West have demonized arranged marriages and also sometimes have negative connotations with it because of maybe it's worst forms of it, right? So you see a 50-year-old man, being married to a 12-year-old girl, which is the reality in some places, but I don't think that's the majority of arranged marriages. And so I think that's kind of what gets this overwhelming view of it. But personally, I'm not against it.
Not against it, okay.
Not at all. I'm not against it. I think it can be healthy. I think it can be cool. What do you think?
I'm kind of on the other side, and for lots of good reasons, like one that you pointed out, kind of the reality of some forced marriages where people, typically younger girls, are forced into situations that aren't aren't the best, not in their best interest. I think that there could be a lot of I don't know. There could be just a lot of stickiness around the reason that this person's being arranged in certain marriages. It could be for like the arranger's gain. Let's say it's parents. Parents want them to marry this person because it gives them some sort of clout, or they're going to pay some kind of bride price, or et cetera, et cetera. And I think that our modern day way of courtship and dating and getting hitched is messy. But I think that it was birthed out of learning from some of the perils of the past.
Cool. That's actually a really good point. So I'll give a stat for you. I don't know if you know this, but according to some estimates, more than half of the marriages that take place all over the world each year are arranged. So
I think I read that. Yeah.
So more than people realize, which is another thing why, like, because we live in the Western society, we feel like this is our like whole, you know,
it's the entire world.
This is the entire world. Like
everyone does things like how we do things.
Exactly, which is not the reality. It's like, oh no, that's obviously terrible. But I mean, more than 50% of the world, you know, is in arranged marriages. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to go off statistics alone, right? So, you know, you're taking the side of, you know, in the West, you got to make your choice. You got to choose. You got to see, you know, I don't want nobody telling me who I'm going to marry. I'm going to choose.
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
You know, mom and pop don't bring no one to the house saying this is who I'm going to marry. I'm going to choose. Well, I'll give you a statistic, right? Between 40 and 50% of the marriages in the U.S. end in divorce.
Oof.
Right?
Yes.
Now, India. 90% of their marriages 90% of marriages in India are arranged to some degree. Do you know what the divorce rate is in India?
What is it?
1%.
Oh.
1%.
Dang.
So if we're going off success alone,
statistics,
success being you are married. Now, look, the health of it, we're going, that's a whole nother episode. But staying
How
married,
happy are they? I don't know. But they're together.
Yeah, they're together. Yeah. That we in the U.S., that we feel like we have it right, we get divorced more than those who do have it. So off success alone, arranged marriages are statistically more successful than the free choice.
I wonder if that has more to do with the fact that in the culture over there, they're just not quitters. And people over here, you know, hey, the rubber meets the road.
Come on now.
It's time to exit.
And that's you bring up a really good point, because I think that's the thing. We live in the day and age where there's so much choice.
Oh, there's so many options.
There's so many
McDonald's,
options.
Wendy's, Burger King, Taco Bell.
Everything.
You can have anything you want.
So, I mean, we both work in tech. Even in the tech industry, right? Like, you see, it's very odd sometimes to see someone who's at a company for over 6-7 years. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of change. People are changing. So, like, it's like we live in such a consumer society that everything is choice. Like, everything can change. Like, you can transfer schools, you can transfer jobs, you can move cities, you can do, there's no sense. And it's like, it's kind of hard. Like, it's kind of hard, you know, especially if you don't know like what marriage is truly rooted in. But
that's
like, if everything in your life is like choice and you can change that. So what makes you think that you're going to pick, like, you know, if you've done that and then like, you're just all of a sudden going to like get with a spouse and like hold on to that forever. You know, if your norm has always been, I switch. You know what I'm saying?
That is true. I mean, and I guess for me, I think that on the more side of Western weddings, as we understand it, that will play into it, just how we've just been conditioned to, if we don't like something, to move on from it. But I think that for those who marriage is based on something different and based on like things that are less fleeting than just feelings, that those are the successful ones, you know?
And so I think that's why I will attribute arranged marriages to a lot of success, because you're taking two people, right? Who, and I think it's also really good sometimes when you have family weight behind your marriage, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not just like you know, in its purest form. It's not just you making like, oh, an internal, like, this only affects me, because reality is it really doesn't. Like, divorce like all these things don't like just affect you marriage either. You know, it like has rippling effects. So when you have a family who your parents, and I truly believe most times parents have their kids' best interest in mind. You know what I'm saying?
Most of the time.
Most times. Most times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
They might not go about it the best way, but they have the best intentions.
Yeah.
So like when you're bringing someone like, hey, like my daughter or my son who I love, like I think this person would be a really good person for you to marry.
Yep.
Not only that, but I know their family too, and I know that they're holding them to the same standard we're gonna hold you to.
Yep.
Like, you guys should get married and make it work, and like find a way to commit to one another, even in hardship. And in that place, I think that's how people in the arranged marriages, let's just say not Western culture,
right,
find a way to like fight through the hard times of marriage, because they know there's like we're not leaving this thing. Like, this is a covenant, you know?
100%. And like, I think you bring in a really good point in talking about the family aspect of it, right? The one thing that I've seen the most, right, either through history or through watching movies where there are arranged marriages, et cetera, is that most of the time when the family's involved, the arranged marriage, the end result of it that they're shooting for is some kind of elevated social clout or some kind of economic advantage. And I think even more so in places where people are impoverished or where like the population is booming, let's say like India or China or something like that, you will see more and more arranged marriages that are coming about as a result of a family trying to get a come up, you know? So if there's a suitor, let's say that who's from a predominant family, they are kind of skewed. They're not necessarily looking at, oh, what's this person's character? Will this person actually treat my child right? They're just like, I need that bread. I need that bread. Yeah. I need to be able to go into this thing and say, oh yeah, we're connected to this family or we're connected to this family. And I think that's where sometimes arranged marriages can get dangerous. Whereas in Western culture, typically the person who is looking for a suitor, let's just say the child in the situation, they're judging a person on a lot of different things, but they're still able to bring their family in to kind of evaluate that whole decision.
So that's a really good point. I think even with the arranged marriage and the statistics in themselves, you do have like a point in that in other societies, arranged marriages do bring some like the financial or like I mean just the status, some kind of status, some sort of status as a whole, like an elevation, and like the parents' perceptions can be skewed. But also you got to take in sometimes even in arranged marriages, they're only pulling from like a certain like class of people. Sometimes. Yeah, that's true. They're not dropping lower classes, so it's like if we're co-equals, we have nothing to like lose or gain. You know what I'm saying? You're not like, I'm not like dropping my hand down and like picking you up for the sake, like, you know, it's more or less like, hey, like we're probably from the same social class or whatever the case may be. That's pretty true. So like, hey, let's get, you know, I like your daughter. I know you come from a good family. I know your morals. I know your background. I know you're like, they're cut from you, and you are close family. You know what I'm saying? Because I think definitely in other societies do a really good job of like having like being close with your family, and like they have some sort of like weight in your decision, to where like you're not just gonna wild out because like you have to report back to your family. So like, you know that, then they're like, you know, at the end of the day, we know this can work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so in that place, I'm like, man, like why not? Especially in a society that we also live in, and I think as a whole now with this technology wave, you are way more connected. The world is getting way smaller. But before, it's like, man, like there's only a certain amount of people in your arena. Like if you didn't have social, like you would have probably married someone either from your high school or your college. You know what I'm saying? Because that's your social pool of people. You know, but nowadays you have all these different dating sites, different even just social media as a whole that gives you these options.
I wonder if they have like a social media platform specifically for arranged marriage.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, this is one thing I was reading, you know, like technically these social dating sites are like not arranged marriages, but they're arranged dates. Like they like, so eHarmony, take eHarmony for example. Okay. You do these questionnaires or like these personality tests, and they arrange and set someone up for you that they think would be good for you. Okay. Now you might have options, but they're like, boom, this is it. Yeah. And like even in arranged marriages, sometimes like, boom, this is who we think you should marry. And they give you a somewhat choice, but like this is like, boom, like we've done all this to like putting that. So in a way, it's like they're arranging it.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying?
That brings up a good thought that I have. So in arranged marriages, and this could just be for my lack of knowledge, not being in a culture that's predominantly functioning on arranged marriages, but is there a what do you call it? Like a sense of options, or like where you have a choice? Maybe they arrange, instead of just like one person, they arrange 3, 4, 5, and then say, hey, you can choose whichever one of these.
So that's where I think we're headed to. Like that's what I think is like the more modern arranged marriage kind of thing.
Okay.
Families will kind of be like, hey man, we know, like, hey, our daughter's around that age, or we know your son's around that age. We kind of like, it's more like the arranged setup with like the incentive, like, hey, we would really like y'all to get married, but like, ain't no pressure, but like there's pressure kind of thing.
Okay.
So it's not as like forefront, this is your wife, marry her.
Kind
of thing, like the setup. So you get a choice per se. Like, I mean, I even know, like, I've had uncles who were like, men, like they had like some women lined up, and they were like, hey man, like we think these, like they know they're on that same wave. Like they're on the, and I think sometimes it even makes the dating process more clear. It's like, look, you know what wave I'm on. I'm trying to get a wife.
Yeah.
Husband.
Yep.
So they're on that wave, and like boom, 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 boom. Like this is where I'm at. Look, and like he might go on dates with all 3 of them, and then try to see what leads with one. That's essentially arranged, but like his family's all in the know, and their family's all in the know, and they trying to see if it's gonna work out. Because then when it does, it's like boom, all right, let's get this thing popping.
Yeah.
So it might just look. I think that's another thing. Arranged marriages might look different because essentially your parents are like had plotted beforehand, introduced y'all, and were like, yo, like, like his family's cool. Because I know I see that a lot in like the Nigerian culture. It's like, hey, we know his family's cool. Like we know your family, kind of stuff. Like like wooty woot. Like make it happen. Yeah, make this happen.
That's the thing. Like, because here's how I look at it. Your family, your parents, they're probably the people who know you the best. They've seen you from the time you're born to the time you're an adult. So they probably know you inside and out, and they still choose to love you anyway, right? And so I would definitely want those people in my corner helping me make a decision about a future spouse.
Yes.
The only thing that I would be apprehensive about, which is why I kind of am still leaning towards the more modern way of dating, is that same factor of choice. So now if there is a choice where it's like, hey, like there's these people, I'm seeing this person, that person could be good too.
Yeah.
That's a whole different story, because then you get to really just have a say in how you buy into the marriage. Because like the reason why we grade up so badly against arranged marriages is that people nowadays, they just hate being controlled, right? They us as Americans, like we love the sense of like control, individuality, quote unquote freedom. Like we want to do what we want to do, when we want to do it, how we want to do it, right? And so if we're put in that situation, then you feel trapped, and it's like, oh, I just want to rebel against this, and I didn't get to choose, so I want to marry. This is why I don't like him, and I'm upset for the next 37 years. You know?
Dang, that's a really good point, man. Also, I think even sometimes with arranged marriages, like, because I'm like, man, personally, I'm so glad that my mom did not pick my wife for me. Like, I'm so thankful that my mom, because you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, the thing is, and I'm kind of with you in like, even maybe arranged marriages and how it used to be done isn't super conducive, but like maybe in a way, like to where like they give you an option, but you like at least have the backing of like, hey, like we know, you still have a choice. But like, man, like sometimes, your parents, like they have the best intentions, but they be trash. Like,
sure.
I mean, think about it now. Like sometimes even like when they try to get you like a Christmas gift for like a shirt, like, oh, like we think you're gonna wear this. Like, Mom, that's not even my style no more.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you don't even, like, you might
that's
not
a
know
great
me.
point.
Yeah, you don't, you might know, you might have an idea who I am to a certain degree, but like, especially once you move out your parents' house, like you really are evolving and becoming a different person.
That's 100% true.
And maybe that also ties into it though, because we live in a society where we like move out. Like we're obviously not staying in our parents' house, where other places you don't move out. Like the daughter don't move out of her parents' house till she gets married.
Till she actually is married.
Till she gets married. You don't go get your own place. You know what I'm saying?
Even the guy don't really move out until he's about to prepare for marriage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like where it's at. So I feel like parents sometimes they have the best intentions. Like, your mom's not trying to get your trash shirt.
They have the best intentions, but it might not be what you want. It's
but
like
I would give. I mean, I'm married now, so please don't try it. But like, if in my single days, if my mom would have like been like, hey, so like you should consider this person, I would have given them a chance.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
of course.
that's my mom.
Yeah.
Like, versus like, I would have given that person a chance more if my homie was like, hey, man, you should holler at this girl. Like, I would probably go with my mom.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
Or like, I said my mom because she's a woman, but like my parents, you know what I'm saying? I trust my pops probably. My pops would probably do me what he would have done. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the arena that you would want to like go down versus like friends. Cause like, I mean, your friends, like they still rock with you, but like, man, they could peace out. Your friends could be here for like 2-3 years and then move. Your parents are in this to the grave.
And it's like, even another point is how much do you trust, and it kind of goes back into control, but how much do you trust your folks to be able to choose a suitable person for you to be with for the rest of your life?
The rest of your life.
Like that's a level of commitment and trust that I don't know if I've given anybody. I don't even trust my doctor like that.
But you know what I'm saying? But I mean, do we even, that's the thing, and that's the cool thing is like, we don't even trust, like I don't even trust myself to a certain degree. And that's why I make a covenant, right? Because when you make a covenant, it's like, yo, through thick and thin, like, because, you know, you don't know what you're going to be like in 6 years. You're going to change. You know, hopefully you're not the same guy.
No,
you know, or like the girl don't know what she's going to be like when she's like, has a baby in her belly and tired and you know sick or whatever, throwing up, like that's gonna bring out a whole different side of them. So that's why I think it can't just be all feelings alone, or like, because that stuff does change. So that's why I think arranged marriages are like, look, like we're gonna figure this whole thing out. And I wish more people, especially in this Western society, had that mindset of like, man, like, look, it's gonna get rough, it's gonna get thick, like it's gonna get greasy. But like, look, I'm committed to figuring this thing out to the end. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no way. Like, I tell my wife this all the time. I'm like, if you think you leaving, I'm going with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no leaving. Hey,
I'm
like,
coming. Where we going?
Like, you leaving?
You say you leaving? Where we going?
Like, where we going?
On a trip? All right.
Straight up, man. Like, we're riding this thing till the wheels fall off. You know?
I feel that, man, because like, to be honest, that's one of the downfalls of our Western way of doing marriage or getting married, is that like it's based on so many things that are variable. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I like this person because they make me feel this way, et cetera, et cetera. Like, you can look at all the movies, right? And like the people who get divorced in the movies, they always say lines like, oh, like we used to have so much fun together, or, you know, we used to go on dates or do spontaneous things, and we got kids and yada, yada, yada. So it's like, in arranged marriages, that's not present because you already know, or you're already expecting, like, hey, I'm getting married to this person because we're going to be married, not because they make me feel some type of way. So I think that's actually a good part about arranged marriages. The focus is different. Make it happen. Well, welcome back to our family discussions.
Yeah, man. Let us know. What is it?
So, family discussions with the Prophetic Foolishness fam. This is a segment where we get to discuss the questions that y'all are asking in the streets. So, today, this is a gnarly question. Man, I used to actually dream about doing this thing I'm about to talk about because it's just so sweet, you know.
Bro, I'm on the other side.
Let me not delay.
Okay.
Is it okay to propose at somebody else's wedding?
I'm gonna keep it. No, I'm not even gonna let you guys resonate on this because I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. If someone else proposes at your wedding, that is the most disrespectful thing you could do.
Disrespectful?
Absolute, bro.
For real?
If someone would have proposed at my wedding, I would have split the bill with them.
The whole bill?
I'm sending you half of the bill.
Half the bill. They can't get the free pictures with the photographer.
Wait, bro, that is my day.
A slice of the cake.
Bro, my homegirl said this. She said, if you propose at my wedding, I will die at your funeral and I will give birth at your hospital. Like, that's wild, bro.
Oh, man. I think that, like, especially if it's like one of your close friends, right? And y'all already got all the same friends. Everyone's already there in a celebratory mood. You let the couple already have their moment. You know, they already had their time to walk down the aisle. They already had their time to have their first dance. You know, to eat the cake.
Oh, man.
Why you can't share the spotlight? Hey, Chris. People in love. Chris. Let me get down on one knee in the middle of the floor. Everybody eyes on me. You know what I'm saying?
Could you imagine? See, that's the thing. Could you imagine someone else proposing at your wedding, and then they're like, oh my gosh, and then all of a sudden they propose. Now no one's back on the dance floor because they're looking at her ring and taking photos at your wedding.
At my wedding.
You pay for that DJ. I would be sick. I would die. Like, I would literally, like, if you proposed at my wedding, oh my gosh, even just the thought of it gets me so angry because I'm like, that is so disrespectful. Like, I wouldn't even like.
So if somebody, we're talking about if it was a surprise. If somebody came to you and asked you, hey, can I propose at your wedding? What would you say?
So the only person who I would even allow me to ask that question are my two brothers. Only people that might even run through my mind.
Yeah.
And even after they ask, that's a for sure no.
And when are they able to propose?
They're not.
They're not. Okay.
Not at my, like, if I found out my brother was gonna try to propose at my wedding, even after I told him not to, I would tell his fiance he was doing it. I would no, bro. Like, I'm not above the pettiness. I'm not above it. I would tell his girlfriend, like, hey man, he's proposing. Like, and so can y'all not do it? Like, I'm not above the pettiness, bro. Like, that is so. Like, oh my gosh, like, bro, you of all the days, my wedding, like the day that it's about me.
It'd be a special day for you and for him. Y'all can share it in the memories.
If he trying to come off half the bill, like if you trying to pay for half of everything, cool. Propose at my wedding, cool. Yeah. Pay half everything. Half food, because apparently you want a joint celebrations now. Cool. Whatever the case may be. Like, man, and people be doing that, bro.
Oh, they do.
People be doing that. And so, hey, if that's you and you cool with it, cool. You're a better person than me. I promise you're a better person than me. Anybody, like, other people who have sense or who are sane, that don't make no sense. You have all these other opportunities. And I get it. It's a cheap, easy way to get all your friends and family in the same place.
Same place.
You ain't got
to. You got to record. You got a videographer, photographer,
food,
drinks. Everybody's now it turns into an engagement party and a wedding.
No, and your girl got her hair done. Yeah, her toes done.
What if she's a bridesmaid and you a groomsman? Perfect. She caught the bouquet. Turn around, pop on her knee. Boom, boom, boom.
Bro, even you just talking about this is giving me a headache because I'm like even just the thought of someone trying to propose at my wedding, like I feel very like I don't a lot of these topics, like, you know, I'm like super like whatever. Yeah. This would send me to my grave.
I feel like
this is like how I would die.
For myself, if one of my homies, you know, hit me up beforehand and say, hey, I want to propose old girl at the wedding, I'd be all right, bet. You know,
you would have been cool with it.
I think so.
Chris, what?
I feel like that'd be fun.
Could you imagine? No, could you imagine? Like, put yourself in the situation.
Yeah.
Everyone's on the dance floor. Like, you know, they're like, down, down, do your dance. And, you know, your homeboy's like, you know, you kind of start seeing him do it. Yeah. And then he gets down and the end was like, oh my gosh. And then, like, he proposes. Everyone at the wedding goes and swarms them. Yeah. Then it's you and your bride on the dance floor solo. No one's on the dance floor anymore because they're swarming the people who proposed. Yeah. Now the wedding vibe is over.
I guess they have to do it near the end when we're about to run out.
But what if they don't buy? You know what I'm saying? What if like then people like start acting rowdy and like you still want people to dance with you? Like you want the spotlight. Don't take the spotlight off of me on my wedding day. Like I want all like the attention, all of it, 100%. Actually 110%. Like don't mind it. It's your day to do you. It's all about you. You don't get no other day to do that.
That's true.
And for someone else to make it about them,
we need to have more big parties. That's another conversation because like the wedding day. Yeah. After that, people don't really be celebrating for like another 25 years. Yeah,
bro. Until you do like another like renewal of vows.
I might throw a party.
What's up, bro? Yeah. We trying to throw a function.
Yeah, we don't throw a function.
My birthday coming up.
Hey, mine was just a couple weeks ago.
What's up? Let's throw a function.
All right.
I that's the thing. And we talk about that. I hate planning functions for myself.
Me too.
Hate it.
I can plan one for other people. Yeah. Like, hey, man, let's just put something on for the fam.
The fam. What's up, bro? Y'all trying to have a function? Hey. Maybe a little, you know what I'm saying? Maybe like a dinner party.
Something like
maybe like a listening party. Yeah. What if we put on like a little concert,
live music, some good food.
Hey, let me comment that below if y'all would be down. You know, hey Jacob, make sure you clip this out and put this on the IG. If y'all would be down for like a dinner party, a listening party, or maybe
a curated experience.
A curated experience, you know, maybe like a little like I don't want to call it a kickback, but we got like a venue and literally like did something for Prophetic Foolishness fam, which I'll be down for it. Let us know.
Let us know.
But you know what I'm saying? This is who we are, man.
And if somebody proposed at it.
You know, if you were thinking about proposing at someone's wedding, you know, think twice because, you know, you will get punched. If you're down with arranged marriages now, thank you. If you're not down with it, thank you. If you
have an arranged marriage right now, holla at us.
Holla at your boy, man. Yeah. I be hearing like, you know, it's success out there in these streets. You know, especially, you know, if you're living in the West, it's not as, you know, it's not as normal.
Yeah, it's not as common.
You know, hear about those things. But man, we are Prophetic Foolishness, man. We do this. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, wherever you find your podcasts and stuff like that. Man, this is a big thing. If you're a part of the Prophetic Foolishness fam and you enjoy these podcasts, share it with a friend. Don't just, you know, take all this good content, share it with a friend. Share it to your story, share it with your coworker, share it with your parents, share it with your grandparents, share it with somebody. We need perspective shifted.
Yes.
So, I mean, if you enjoy it, let us know, man. We want people to, you know, hear about this. You know, we'll share it to our story. Comment, you know, when you hear the videos coming out and stuff like that. So, we want to make sure y'all rocking with us, man. We love hearing y'all's feedback. If you got questions, you know, message us. But we're going to keep doing this thing. We're going to keep our ear to the streets. We are the People's Podcast. We do this for you, you know?
Yep. People's Podcast 2020.
The People's Podcast. Vote for us. I don't know what but, you know, if you got, just do something. Share it. That's how you can vote for us. If you share with somebody, that's a vote in our heart.
One vote,
you know what I'm saying? If you're not going to vote in the elections, at least share this podcast with somebody. Straight like that, man. But, man, we love you guys. Keep rocking with us, man. We got some good content coming up for you this season. And we started how we ended. My name's Osagi.
And my name is Chris.
And this is Prophetic Foolishness. Peace.